What's up, Boerbuds? In today's episode, I would like you to meet Thomas Arline from Columbus, Ohio, a first-time owner of this amazing South African Mastiff breed. In this interview, he talks about his amazing Boerboel, Ambassador Basil, and why he finally switched to being a Boerboel man.
Bro, action.
What's up, y'all? My name's Thomas Arline, and I don't have a kennel, but I have a Boerboel named Ambassador Basil, and I'm just gonna tell my little story of how I came across my first Boerboel. Last April, my wife and I had a boxer bull mastiff mix named Callie. She passed away. The month after, my home seemed empty. There wasn't that love from the dog we were used to, so we said we were gonna look for another dog. I was scrolling on Instagram, and I came across Savage Kingdom Boerboels. Shout out to Jason. And I seen Barack, and I'm like, my God, that's a big boy. And so I ended up messaging Jason, and he's a busy man, I understand that. Unfortunately, he didn't get back with me. And so I just scrolled on down. I said, I know this guy gonna tell me where he got his Boerboel. And that's how I came across D&K. Shout out to Danny Jones at D&K Boerboel, second to none. And I reached out to Danny and we talked. And so I told my wife and everything, and we decided to go ahead and we was gonna purchase a dog from Danny. Danny did a collab with another kennel called Ambassador Boerboels in Tennessee. Shout out to Ambassador Boerboels, Miss Beverly and Pastor Riley. They did a collaboration, and they had 9 beautiful pups. Basil was one. And so I ended up driving out to St. Louis. We all met out there. Everything was good. Everything was good. And I got my pup, and I'm happy that I have him. I love having him in my life. My wife loves him, my nephew loves him, my kids love him, my parents, grandparents. So he's well loved. We stay in contact with the breeders, Pastor Riley and Miss Beverly, first and foremost. And then we just seen Danny last month in May at the appraisal. He's been a joy. He's been a joy. I mean, his protection is top notch, especially for my wife. When she walks him, if I'm not there, he will not let anyone or anything come near her. And I mean, he's not aggressive about it, but he lets let his position be known that he's there for protection, and he's gonna protect his mother. He protects the home. He's very alert and everything. I love him. Wonderful with children. We have babies, all the way from babies to 1-, 2-year-olds around, and he does wonderful with them. If he don't want to be bothered, he'll move away from the child, and I love that. And so no children are threatened or intimidated by him. He doesn't bark at children. He's great with my nephew, my 12-year-old nephew, who's been with Basil since the day we got him. He rode to St. Louis with me to pick him up. So they've come up the last year together. They do well. Basil listens to him sometimes, but most of the time they do really well together. We do our daily walks. I like to walk Basil at night, so then that way I can have more focus from him. Not a lot of distractions, cars and people or whatnot coming in and out, just going about their daily life. But I mean, he's been an absolute pleasure. The only thing I can complain about as far as my dog, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people with Boerboels will agree with me, don't get dressed up and think you about to hang out and play with your dog, because you will get slobbered on, and that outfit won't be the same after that. But that's my only downfall, but you can get past that. Wonderful dog to have in the home or around the home. No complaints. No complaints about my Boerboel. I've had Pit Bull. We had a American Bulldog, and then, like I said, we had the Boxer Bull Mastiff mix. Size, first and foremost, is the biggest difference between all 3 of those. My last girl, she was 140 pounds max, the Boxer Bull Mastiff mix. By far the size. My wife and I have been very lucky as far as our dogs, because all our dogs have had wonderful temperament, except for my Pit Bull. And that was another thing that made me move towards the Boerboel. I didn't want to keep dibbling, dabbling with pit bulls and the unpredictableness of that breed. So after having Callie, Bullmastiff Boxer mix, and her temperament was wonderful, and then I kept seeing how the Boerboels temperament was really close and comparable to that, I said, we'll try it. So I'm used to having big dogs. You know, you have to be stern at times, put your foot down, can't let them run over you. But once you do that, you spend the time with your pup, train your pup, you won't have no problems with them. Not the Boerboel, at least, as far as the last year or so of my having one. I haven't had any issues. Very, very easy to train. When we got Basil, he was 8 weeks old, and I think we probably had 2 weeks after we got Basil where we had to work with him, but Pastor Riley did a wonderful job preparing his pups to go to their forever homes. Before that, Basil would let us know when he needed to go outside. He would whine. So once we got acclimated with that, and he whined, we let him out, no problems. And then he would move to the front door, sit by the front door or the back door. And once we got hip to that, no problems. So we had a handful of accidents at 8 to 10 weeks. After that, it's been love. So easily trainable, potty train, house breaking, whatever you want to call it, it was good. But like I said, I credit Pastor Riley for putting in that work with his pups from birth to 8 weeks old and getting them ready to go to their forever homes. He did a wonderful job. Shout out Pastor Riley for that. You made it really easy on us, and we thank you. The best thing about Basil is his love and affection, but it's been wonderful. He's been a great addition to the family. I have no complaints. I haven't had to second guess my decision, not once. He's with me to stay. So when God called him home, that's when our thing will be, our relationship will end. But he family member. Protection and companionship. He does not play. We'll just sit out in the front yard and he'll pick a corner of the front yard, sit there, and very alert. That's day or night. Physically, I think he's a wonderful specimen. The main thing I like right now at his age of 15 months is I like his height. For some reason, for me personally, his height is wonderful. It gives him more of a presence. A lot of the other male Boerboels I've seen have been just a tad bit shorter, not too much shorter, but a tad bit. But I like his height, and so now I just need a little girth. Right now he's between 175 and 180. He's hit 180, he's down to 175 now. If I can keep him in that range, that'll be good. But I want to size him up with muscle in his chest area. That was being emphasized to me, is that he's still young. So I need to chill out, relax, and let him and nature do his thing, and let him fill out, let that head spread and everything. So I know in time it'll come. So I just gonna keep exercising and keep feeding him right. Right now, well, I feed him Taste of the Wild, and he's still on puppy food. I'm thinking about transitioning over to Taste of the Wild adult food. I really like what I'm getting out that kibble. For those of y'all that don't know who behind the camera, several weeks ago, Miss Beverly from Ambassador Boerboel said, Thomas, there's a guy in Cleveland, Ohio that I need you to go meet. His name is Jordan Pittman. I'm not sure if you know about him. I said, Miss Beverly, I seen his videos on YouTube and everything. I'm familiar with him, Exotic Boy. And he shot me the address. Me and my wife took Basil over, let him see Basil, introduced ourselves, and it's just been on and popping since. I mean, and I'll be honest, Jordan is a wonderful mentor as far as Boerboels. He knows his thing. He's put in the work, the years. Where we had 18 years you at, bruh, something like that. So he's put in the work. I know one thing, he's been instrumental the last several weeks with helping me try to get a feeding regimen together as far as Basil, and sizing him up with just a little bit more weight. Not too much, but a little more. He gave me some beef bones with the meat and fat on it, some tripe. That's his secret to success. Yeah, his weight gainer for his pups and everything. So But Basil, he likes it. I didn't think he would respond too well with the raw. My main concern was his stools. I noticed a little softening at the beginning, but now he hard as a rock. He's acclimated, his system did to the raw, so I'll continue to do that with the kibble and everything, the taste of the wild kibble.
That bone should have came out white like chop.
Yeah, the bone?
Yeah.
Man, the bone was gone.
When it came out.
About the when it come.
No, I didn't. You know what? I didn't see it. I didn't see it when it did.
Either.
But I know I can tell because it's in the backyard somewhere. And I just gotta go back there and pick it up. But when I clean, I haven't noticed anything different in the stool. So I froze that tripe. I'm gonna unthaw that, and then we'll slice that up, clean it up, and slice it up, and incorporate that with some of his kibble and everything. But my problem is finding a local slaughterhouse. So, but we'll get it done. And like I said, main thing is just keep exercising him and let time take its course with his development and growth as far as just chest spreading, head spreading, and everything. But overall, right now for 15 months, I love his size. I love his muscle tone. And I know, like I say, in the next couple of months with the exercise, he'll start toning up really well.
What's up, board buddies? If you like that video, we would appreciate your support. What we supposed to say? What?
Like and subscribe and comment.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share.
And hit the post notification bell.
And turn the post notification bell on. We would appreciate it if you also went over to our website, boerboelpuppy.com. And don't forget, we got a new Boerboel Club that we forming, the UnitedBoerboelClub.com. You can go over there and sign up and join today.
And if this video gets 100,000 likes, we'll make a new video.
If this video get 100,000 likes, we gonna make another video.